Hey, and welcome to Phrase It Friday. Today I'm going to teach you how to learn 2 new English phrasal verbs. They are stand off and show off. So in English, what does it mean to say stand off? Well, stand off can actually be a noun. When it's put together, it's a noun. You could say the police and the robbers had a standoff at the bank. And you can use the article, the word a standoff or a standoff, but it's the letter A when we say it. But American English speakers sometimes say a standoff, and it sounds like UH, but it's actually the letter A. Or they'll say a standoff, and that's the noun. But I want to teach you the action, the verb form of this one, stand off. Say it with me, stand off. Good, okay. So when I say stand off, what I mean is to move or keep away from something, like you stand off, or like you're in the distance. And we often use it in the past tense, not present tense. I mean, we do, but it's often used in the past tense, like stood off. He stood off in the distance. Or he stands off in the distance. You could use present tense. Or you could be looking and observing things like the Statue of Liberty. And you can say, she is standing off in the distance. Right? The Statue of Liberty. She is standing off in the distance. Or if you're looking at, like my daughter sometimes is, when we go on a family walk, my daughter will stand off in the distance. But I'll say, oh, there she is. She stood off in the distance. And you could use the ing form too, like she is standing off. Like right now I'm looking at my daughter. She's maybe by the other part of the block where I live by my home, and she's on her bicycle, and I say, oh, she's standing off in the distance. She's not riding anymore. She's just standing. So that's kind of stand off. That's one definition, is like kind of move or keep away. Or a distance kind of thing. The other definition for standoff in English is like a negative phrase, and you didn't feel good about it. So I feel kind of stood off by what you said. Similar to a phrasal verb I taught you before called put off. He was put off by a negative comment. Sometimes in English we can say, that just makes me feel I'm standing off from that. But often it's used in the active voice, so it's active, like he is standing, it's standing off, stood off. Those are the forms. So let's say those forms together. Listen and repeat. Stand off, stood off, standing off. Okay, one more time. Stand off, stood off, standing off. Okay, so that's stand off. Excellent job. Next phrasal verb for you to learn is show off. Show off. And so a show off is somebody who's like, look at me, show off. Hey, blah, blah, blah. Show off. I'm being a show off. Sometimes though, a tour guide, like when you go and travel the world, or you see a different place in the United States, maybe you go to a park, a national park, and you have a tour guide. They will show off the different features of the rocks, or they'll show off the beautiful landscape. Or maybe your neighbor just bought a brand new car that's really nice. They're going to show it off to you. And sometimes we'll put the pronoun it in between. We'll say show it off, show that off. Sometimes we'll use the demonstrative pronoun that, show it off, show that off. And so sometimes we also use it as kind of like an adjective form to describe somebody. We'll say, don't be a show-off, meaning don't try to draw too much attention to yourself. Don't have people looking at you a lot. But that's a show-off. Somebody who's like popular music singers. They like to show off their music and their voice. Or my son, he likes to show off his karate when he does karate. Or some people like to show off maybe something they made. Maybe they built something out of wood and they say, oh, look at this cabinet I built. And they're showing it off to their friends. And so that's show off, to demonstrate something or to have something appear, to see someone see it, to kind of show someone something and focus attention on that thing is show off. So comment below when you are standing off of something, or when you stood off in the distance. You can comment with that one, or show off below. Comment below a time when you showed off something. Say, I showed off, or she showed off, and try to use the past tense with ed. We need to pronounce this. Say it with me. Show off. Past tense, showed off. Showed off. Good. One more time. Stand off. Show off. Those are your 2 phrasal verbs that you just learned today on Phrase It Friday. To practice these phrases, you can get Phrase It 2 and Phrase It 1 on Amazon. Click the link below, and please write a review. Let me know if these English cards help you, because I plan to make more products and resources to help you improve your English. So get Phrase It, tell your friends about it, write a review for me. Also, if this video helped you, please subscribe and share, and watch the next lesson.